Greetings, Eric Backer, naturopath from New Zealand. Thank you for coming back and checking out my videos. I get lots of questions. I've got a whole sheet of questions here from different subscribers. One question is, can magnesium cause die-off? If yes, why is it in CanXida? Very good question. Let's talk about magnesium and Candida now for a moment. So, I think I've done some previous videos on magnesium, on the importance of magnesium. So magnesium is a macro mineral. It's one of the 4 big ones in the body. Sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium. We need lots of magnesium. We need it for over 300 different types of enzyme systems in our body alone. So if you're sitting in your chair, maybe in California, or somewhere in America, or anywhere in the world, you're probably not getting enough magnesium if you've got a normal kind of a diet. It's estimated that the average American guy or girl is going to take in probably about 300 to 350 milligrams of magnesium per day in their diet. Well, that's not enough. You need at least 400 to 450, if not more per day, for really good normal bodily function. So you're going to be way behind the 8 ball. So why is magnesium important when it comes to Candida? Well, magnesium is very important because it helps really detoxify the body from Candida. So when you think about Candida, Candida is a bit like an automobile. It produces lots of waste and crap coming out of the tailpipe, okay? But in this case, we're going to produce ethanol, ammonia, uric acid, and so this really toxic stuff called acetaldehyde, or acetaldehyde, I think they call it. So acetaldehyde is something really linked with brain fog. Right? It impairs the body's red blood cells from really carrying oxygen and being able for you to have energy and to think with clarity. Acetaldehyde makes you feel sick and tired and like you've had a whole, night on the tequila shots, and remember the last time you went to a party and you got really drunk because you drank all that tequila and you woke up in the morning? Well, that's how some people actually feel with bad Candida infection. They've got this brain fog, they've got this acetaldehyde toxicity in the body. So there's this enzyme in the body that really needs a lot of magnesium to allow it to detoxify. And I keep forgetting the name of it. And let me just look it up for you again. It's called aldehyde dehydrogenase. It's pretty hard for me to remember all these enzymes. So aldehyde dehydrogenase breaks down acetaldehyde to this really harmless stuff called acetate. But you need to have magnesium in the body at sufficient levels to do that. So I can remember reading a book. I might have shown you that, guys, a book a long time ago that I've got so many books here. I keep forgetting where I put them all. I've got a book called Paleolithic Prescription, and a very good book, and it talks about how people back in the 1800s and 1700s are consuming 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams per day of magnesium. That's a lot of magnesium, 2,000 to 3,000. Those people actually had to work for a living. They didn't have to click like buttons on computers. They actually had to really physically work hard, and they had obviously diets with sufficient nutrition to really power them up. Lots of calcium, lots of magnesium, lots of selenium. These things used to be rich in the soil and in the foods that people consumed a long time ago. Now with modern farming, methods, about 150 years ago when that came in, depletion occurred with a lot of these superphosphate fertilizers. So people are lucky now to get, 300-400 milligrams of magnesium per day. So you can't really power up systems sufficiently to build the body up in health and vitality. You can't power up the detoxification systems required to get rid of this stuff out of the body. So magnesium doesn't cause die-off. Magnesium accelerates detoxification. Okay, so if you're like me and you've got plenty of magnesium in your body through a very healthy diet and through some supplementation, you're going to feel way more vital than the average person out there who's going to be deficient in magnesium. Okay. Try and think of magnesium a little bit like pumping up a tire. Okay, it's going to have pressure, it's going to be able to handle all the knocks and bumps and bounces in life, and it's just going to be inflated to the max and just feel and look really good. So magnesium is a critically important mineral for that reason. It's going to make you feel fantastic. It's going to assist in detoxification of Candida and many other toxins like gliotoxin and other neurotoxins that Candida makes. Okay. You can't power up your kidney and liver detoxification systems without good amounts of Candida. So therefore, small amounts, if you've got deficiency and you start pumping a heap of magnesium into the body, you may get a sensation that you're feeling like crap because all of a sudden now your body can carry out more toxins, from the system. You're going to power up a lot of systems in the body by, it's like putting new batteries in a flashlight. Everything's going to work all of a sudden. So be careful. I put magnesium in CanXida for that reason, because most people are deficient, in magnesium. So CanXida Rebuild has got magnesium in it. And I think everybody could do with additional magnesium. I supplement with about an extra 500 up to 800 milligrams of magnesium per day. And I do a lot of physical work in the garden. I like to be a very active person. Magnesium is a very important compound for that reason. So that's the reason. It doesn't cause die-off, but it can, well, I wouldn't really call it die-off. It amps up detoxification processes in the body. It doesn't actually kill Candida itself, but it assists to escort it out. A bit like the TSA people when you go to LAX. They sit there and they jump on you if you look the wrong way, and they can quickly escort you out of there, okay? So magnesium's a little bit like that. So make sure you've got sufficient magnesium in your diet at all times. Leafy greens, nuts and seeds. Pumpkin seeds, for example, have got a very high amount of magnesium. You get magnesium for a whole lot of very fresh, healthy vegetables, lean meats, and nuts and seeds. So I highly recommend that you eat that. Also look at CanXida Rebuild, the supplement I created as a multivitamin. The only multi I know with a back end that's antimicrobial. So you can take one of these every day for years and slowly keep the level of Candida, parasites, and bad bacteria at bay in your gut. Thanks for tuning in.